This is my belief of the Nazi zombies whole story. Now, it all starts off in Verrückt, but I'm going to start off in Shi No Numa. Now, what happens is, in Shi No Numa, if the beginning of the level you see a man hanging down hanging from the ceiling. A lot of people say he's hanging from the parachute, but if you actually used a glitch, you could look up and you could see him not touching the parachute at all. There's also 3 radios. The first 3 radios, in the beginning of the level, if you unlock them, it says he's looking for Peter. The guy hanging on the roof is not Peter. He's just the guy that is in the next story I'm about to tell. Now, if you looked at the guy carefully, you can see there's no left arm. Now, here goes to the... No. We're gonna go back a few minutes before he dies. So, he's in Shi No Numa. Because of after Verrückt, he was to Shi No Numa to do a bunch of research. He finds the rock, and he does research on the rock, and he finds out there's 2 different elements in there. He finds element 115 and this other element that I forgot. Sorry, I'm sort of new to the whole video making idea like this. So he packs it all and he's ready to send it out, but the whole story behind the rock is in June 24th, June 24th, 1938, a meteor crashed in someplace in Pennsylvania, and it was like a really big crash. It was like 1,000 times worse than the A-bomb in Hiroshima. Now, the rock had this myth that it could bring the dead back to life, and that's, I'm guessing, how the zombies were coming back to life here. Now, in Verrückt, when he was in Verrückt, he was doing research, and then these zombies started popping up. He had to turn off the power for some apparent reason, and he went to turn off the power, and the German guy, I forgot his name, he's one of the characters in Shi No Numa, the German guy, he cuts off his left hand to stop him from turning off the power, because he wanted the zombies to live, because the German guy is insane. And the unknown guy that the German officer cut off his hand, he turns around and retaliates and gives him the scar. Now, it's sort of weird, but he eventually escapes, and then right after he escapes, the 4 people come in and try to save him, but he's already gone. That's why the second level of Shi No Numa, they move on to Shi No Numa to find him. Eventually, he hung himself from the roof of the Shi No Numa thing. Then, coming back to the message in beginning of Shi No Numa, in the message, it says these random numbers, and in the beginning of the numbers is their coordinates, and they're leading to Area 51. Now, back in Shi No Numa, there is a little paper that says Die Glock, meaning the bell in German. Now, for the info on this, there is Die Glock. There was, during World War II, it was a Nazi bell, pretty much. But the whole point that Area 51 was in this whole thing was that some historians say that Hitler was, he was with Satanism and he was involved in all that stuff. But they say that he was involved with outer spacecraft objects. That's how the ray gun and the Wonder Waffle, because of the space rock. There's no alien involved. For those who think there's an alien, blah blah blah, there's no alien. Then, there was the bell. Some eyewitnesses say there was a bell-looking object floating, and that goes back to the whole Hitler and the whole Nazi outer space thing. So then later on, more information comes that it says the bell was 6 foot tall, and it was like it was 4 feet tall. It was 6 to 7 feet wide, or 4 feet wide and 6 to 7 feet tall. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Then that goes to Der Rice, where they're looking for the other doctor, other than the German guy. They're looking for another doctor, and in Der Rice, it gives you a hint about Der Rice in Verrückt, I think. About you have to hold the area so we can hold Der Rice. No, it wasn't. Yeah, Chino Numa, the first part. And eventually, in Der Rice, there are the teleporters. And there's more information on the bell here, is that the Nazis tried to do reanimation, bring back things from the dead to rise the dead. Then they had teleportation, which puts teleporters in map 3, and the teleporters were, I haven't figured out what the teleporters are for, but I know they're part of the bell, and the bell is the Pack-a-Punch, because it says that it gave the officers, it gave the weapons that they have placed, like, upgrades. Like, it would, instead of shooting regular red, like, sparks, it'd come out some different colors, and when you put a gun in the Pack-a-Punch and you start shooting it, it comes out purple. That sort of makes sense there. Then, and that's the whole thing I think about that's the whole thing I think about the whole bell thing. Alright, here's another thing for you. Some people are saying that the teddy bear is something else. I believe that one time I was playing the Russian guy, and I went to the mystery box and out popped a teddy bear. And he said, my daughter used to love these. And I was sort of confused. Then I played Der Rice, and I looked in the beginning of the level. If you looked into the alley, there's a shadow of a little girl standing there. And I think that ties in with the whole teddy bear, I don't know. But just to make it sure, I made this video to tell you there's no aliens. Comment, rate, subscribe, do whatever you want. Alright, thank you.